Lamar Jackson is without question the most exhilarating player that I think I've ever seen before in my lifetime, certainly within the NFL. Probably also the most athletic player in the league, maybe in league history. He might be the most athletic player that I've ever seen before. And just the way, the tenacity in which he does it, the ability in which he shows, the relentlessness, the continued studied effort, the off the field stuff. He checks a lot of these boxes. And obviously, last night in that game against Cincinnati, he just puts on plays. He just does stuff. Every time that pocket got messy, I had no doubt that he was going to get out of that and not get sacked. It's rare. That is a rare case to see when you just know, even when everything's under duress, he's going to get out of it. The one play that he had that he almost scored the touchdown, that was just ridiculous, where he evades like four oncoming people, gets all the way to the 1 yard line, almost scores a touchdown. Just Lamar magic. At the end, the jump pass to Bateman, it looks like I'm watching an NBA player. It's crazy what he's doing. And like I said, I think this is the most electrifying player in the NFL. Not the best. I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback still, but I mean, he's going to win the MVP for the third year in a row. If you look at his numbers compared to last year when he won the MVP, that they're better than last year somehow, which is just crazy. He's going to win his third MVP, and he is the most valuable. That team crumbles without him. Do you remember their playoff stints and their record without him when he was hurt? And I keep going back to it. I remember there was a debate whether or not that the Ravens were going to pay him 2 years ago. Look how that paid out. I was like, you got to pay Lamar Jackson. And when he's healthy, he's just been everything and more for that Ravens team. And it's just because he's so hard to game plan against. He's probably the most difficult player in all sports to ever game plan against. If you look at his record against the NFC, that'll show. The NFC, they are in a situation where they might play him like once every 2 years. They're an NFC team. His record all time against the NFC is like 20-1. He has only lost one game. And if you look at it last year, that game against the 49ers played in the Super Bowl last year. Towards the end of the year, the Ravens throttled them because they weren't ready for Lamar Jackson. I think the best way that I could explain it to have it be more relatable is if you ever played on a football team in high school and you're going into the next week, and sometimes these high school teams, they'll have that really, really good player that's kind of the whole team, and he's usually going to like one of the universities. He's a 4 or 5 star guy. The entire week of game plan is all about you're going to live and die either stopping this guy or not. The entire week study of focus is on this one particular player. That's what you're game planning against. You're not worried about anybody else. You're like, if we can stop this one guy, we might have a shot. And that's what Lamar Jackson is, but for the NFL, which is crazy. That's what Lamar Jackson is for the NFL. It's almost unheard of. The only knock that he has on his career so far is the lack of postseason success. And if you look at it, he's run in to one of the great dynasties that we may ever see in the Chiefs. It's tough. Now, the game against Tennessee is unexcusable, but I want to say that was his second year as a starter. So if you look at it, Peyton Manning, it took him years to win the championship. I don't think he won. He won what, 2006? He started in 99, 98. He didn't win until about 8 years in. We're already knocking Lamar because he got to the AFC Championship game last year, although had a rough performance. If a few fumbles go the other way, who knows what happens in that game. And this year, the Ravens, their defense isn't that great. I knew that the loss of Patrick Queen would be big, but Lamar is just finding a way, and he wins. Look at his winning percentage. It's unbelievable. He just finds a way to win these games, and he's just able to do everything. I think that really with Lamar Jackson, 2 years in, I think he got by a lot with the sheer athleticism. He was just more athletic than people. He was able to run around, dance around. If you look at it now, it took about 2 years. He's developed into a great pocket quarterback. Like, he can sit in the pocket and he can sling it in a top 5 manner. Like, he's a really good he can really throw the football and throw it accurately now. And that's the biggest thing with these NFL quarterbacks. How good can you throw the ball out of the pocket is usually a lot of the things, like a reason a Stroud work or a reason a Burrow is so effective is they just throw darts like Jared Goff, just throw darts in the pocket, are able to find the way. And he's really developed into that. And you're looking at it, and it's a mix between this like run player that has the ability of an elusive running back and a quarterback that can just sit in the pocket and accurately throw. You put that together, like people want to do the Michael Vick comparison. He's way better than Michael Vick. It's not close. He's going to break Vick's QB rushing record here soon. He's way better than Michael Vick. Michael Vick can never sit in the pocket and throw a football like this, and he wasn't as athletic as Lamar Jackson. He was a freak, athletic freak, but he was never as he didn't have the abilities that Lamar Jackson had. So it's a once in a generational player. Could be one of the most exciting players that I ever see in my lifetime. But you're just kind of witnessing it. He's only 27. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can get over the Chiefs this year. I don't know if they can. There's some good players in the in the AFC. It's going to be tough. But if you just look every game, it looks like you're seeing something for the first time, and that's what makes you fall in love with the sport. It's just unbelievable play, exciting players, and he's on the top of the list as one of the must-watch guys in the NFL. And I'm excited to see where it continues to go with his career in the future. And the Ravens, I'm not the biggest personally. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ravens. I follow the Browns, but all things together, he kind of makes me want to root for him. It's crazy, and it's just the player, but that's how exciting of just an athlete he is. Kind of underestimated for a lot of his career. They didn't know about paying him. A lot of people think he's a running back at first. Sat there, he's listened to the critics. He's had great demeanor about it. He doesn't step out of line, and he's just performed. And he can sit in the pocket, throw, and he's the most elusive running guy probably in the NFL. And it's just incredible to watch week after week after week. And his winning shows for it. And I'm excited to see where Lamar Jackson's career goes from here. But exciting and really just unbelievable performance against the Cincinnati Bengals last night.